Welcome to the end of week 34. You may be able to tell from my voice that I have a cold. This is hopefully coming to the end of my cold. It started 2 weeks ago, which is why I haven't filmed for a while. Elise got it, I got it, it affected my POTS, my heart rate was really unstable, still hasn't fully settled down yet. She was snotty and grumpy, understandably, and she was also teething, which made things worse. Sorry about the sniffing. And then I had a stressful appointment last week, as well as Dan being out all day, all night. He was working Monday to Friday, but he also did a dress rehearsal and 3 nights of shows, so he was out late for 4 nights out of the week. I was hoping, and I did a bit of filming yesterday, which was Saturday. I'm not happy with the footage, so I just thought I'd give you a quick overview of what's been going on. Dan has taken Elise for a little while so that I could dye my hair, which is why it's soggy. I'm going to go down and join them now and have a relaxing evening, because tomorrow we are up bright and early to go to Birmingham to the Sling Library, and then the rest of the week is rather busy too. But I'm looking forward to taking you along with us. The drop curbs around here are horrendous. I've got the freewheel on. We have been to the Sling Library and I need to do some more filming in the actual session next time. Some more filming, some filming. I need to get used to filming again. I'm feeling a bit awkward about it. And I'm not actually sure if you're going to be able to hear me because I'm quite quiet because I'm all bunged up. We've come down Broad Street so that I can get some new Pokestops to finish my quest, and we've got to New Street and they're starting to put up the bits for the German Christmas market, which is exciting. Check out the hat hair on Lissy! You look funny! You're a funny girl! Look at that hair! You're funny! You are! You are hilarious! We need to sort that out before tomorrow, because we came home to an exciting email. We have been invited to the Brum Bloggers Accessorize Event at the Bullring tomorrow. So we'll be heading back to Birmingham. We will. And I'd rather your hair didn't look like that tomorrow. Yeah. Is that funny? Are you looking at yourself? You're so clever. The Sling Library was lots of fun, wasn't it? Lots of fun. I got some tips about back carrying. I've been trying to back carry Elise, yeah, you, around the house to more evenly distribute her weight. Yeah, because you're getting heavy now. You are a chunky monkey and you're getting heavy. Which was lovely. We met some new people, we saw some people we already knew, which was really nice. A massive thank you to Laura, whose Instagram account I can't think off the top of my head, but I will leave it, leave her handle there and in the description bar, for helping me with my back carry. And it's hard to see when they're on your back, even with a mirror, what you're doing or not doing. So that was really, really handy and lovely to see her and her 2 boys. Funny story, I was telling everyone when they were asking that Elise was nearly 9 months old. She isn't, she's nearly 8 months. So the whole first half, I was telling everyone she was 9 months old, or nearly 9 months old. And then a woman whose baby has just turned 9 months was asking about when her birthday was. And when I said the 15th of March, she sort of did a double take and then did the maths, and we both went, "Oh, I was wrong there. You are nearly 8 months." But she's so clever. and I seem to have thought she was older. I've worked out how old she's going to be at Christmas, and that will be 9 months, and I think that's what's stuck in my head, rather than she's actually coming up to 8 months and standing up with a little bit of support from Mummy. Standing up. Clever girl. You're clever. Morning. We are on our way to wheelchair service. The rep is coming in so that we can try some backrest options to see what might work for me. They let me take photos last time of my backrest with what was underneath the backrest canvas and the different backrest on my chair, so I'm hoping they might let me film. We'll see. But we had a bit of a difficult time getting down here because it's bin day and people leave their bins in horrendous places. I should have filmed. It's hard to film when you're on your way to something with a time limit, but if they're still there on the way back, I will film and I will show you just how difficult people are making it. I didn't feel like I had a chance to film in the appointment because I was concentrating so much on all the different options and thinking about what was going to work best. So I thought, now that we're home, I'll show you what we've done. So we have added I think this is a Matrix Elite backrest. It's not the deepest one they do. So it's got a little bit of a contour, but not massively, like the one I tried at our last appointment. And I will try and insert a photo of that backrest so that you can see the difference in the contour. I've got a pickly little baby in my arms who keeps trying to reach the camera. She wants to help, and it's not helpful. So the backrest is bolted on using these clips which go onto the main frame of my chair. At the moment we've left the canvas bits on just in case it doesn't work out, then we can go back to the canvas backrest for a little bit. So wheelchair services have kept hold of the canvas backrest for me. There are also some foam inserts we can add to give a bit more lumbar support, which again wheelchair services have kept hold of. I'm going to try this for a week and a couple of days and see how we get on, if we need to make any adjustments or if it's okay as it is. I do need to do something about covering the backrest though, because it's got some patterning going on that is going to cause me some issues with my photosensitivity, so I need to figure out a way to cover the backrest. Because as you can see, I don't always spend time in my chair. Sometimes I sit on the sofa, sometimes I sit on the floor and play with you. Yeah. So I'm not always in my chair, so it does need to be visually okay for me. We've also tried to sort the footrest issue out. Where the position of my footrest was, I was standing on tiptoes, which was no good because it meant my ankles were wobbling around all over the place. However, wearing heels was only fine when I didn't need to stand up at all. So it was no good when I was out with Elise and needed to use the changing table. So I either had to wear heels and not wobble in my chair and not end up with painful ankles and struggle to stand up, or wear flats and have my ankles wobble all over the place, and because I'd had my ankles wobbling all over the place, still struggle to stand up. So it was sort of a no-win situation. So what wheelchair services have done, they've put an extra bar, just a single layer, to keep the frame secure, and then they've added, this is still my foot plate, my original foot plate, but they've used some brackets to attach it. Now it looks to me to be fairly central. So what I'm potentially going to do is turn it round so that you don't have these bits at the front, and so that instead of the ring going backwards, it goes forwards, but then it will be starting sort of back here-ish. I don't know if it's going to work, but it would certainly make it look a bit neater, which, if it's also going to be functional, would be fantastic. But when I got home, I took my rucksack off the back of my chair, and I wouldn't call it a screw, but it's sort of It's the size of a very small screw. It's a hollow sort of cylinder, but it has grooves like a screw does. Just fell on the floor. No idea where it's come from. So wheelchair services have suggested, they phoned to make the next appointment, they have suggested ringing the repairers. We have come into the Bullring for the Accessorize Brum Bloggers Event, which is very exciting. This is Elise's first blogging event, and this is the first time I'm doing something that sort of feels like me from before I was mummy. It's also our first evening out, just the two of us. We had issues at the train station. There's one person at the train station who's really funny about me not having booked assistance in advance, even though it's really hard to do that with a small person and chronic illnesses that mean you can't necessarily travel, or if you can, you don't know when you're going to travel. And to be honest, I shouldn't have to book, and everyone else has been absolutely fine about it, but she's given me grief every time, and this is the fourth time, and it's ridiculous. And there will be a blog post because last time was horrendous. Yeah, it was, wasn't it? It was awful. So there will be a blog post hopefully before this goes up. If that's so, I'll leave it in the comments below. If not, it'll be coming sometime soon. Elise is tired. I'm hoping she's going to go to sleep for most of this. We've got in a bit early, so I'm going to go and change her, make up a bottle, ready for when she wants it. Yes, you're noisy! Ready for when you want it, and then head over. And I think we'll be a little bit early still, but that's a good thing.
Mommy's hair on you.
This little pickle has gromped for about an hour, do we think? Just screaming.
She's had a lovely time.
She has. Everyone's very taken with her, but the teeth were pickling, so we've had some paracetamol. Yeah, and now you're happy, so now we are finally going to actually get to have a little look round.
Who's that? You're there!
Cuddles with Ting.
Hi, you're so beautiful. And you're so strong.
Yes, she is.
You want to face forwards? You can face forwards.
Nosy little
And
pickle.
hold you like this, see? Okay, not my first radio, baby.
Yesterday was hard work. The bits that we were able to join in with at the Accessorize event were fantastic and it was lovely, but oh my goodness, Elise was hard work yesterday, and it's not her fault. Something was clearly hurting her. She screamed most of the train journey home in her sleep, which isn't good. I feel horrendous. I didn't think I was actually going to be able to get up this morning, but there she is. She's just woken up from a cat nap. I was hoping she was going to sleep a little bit longer than she has. Are you joining in? I'm dressed. Lissy isn't dressed yet, but she's had some milk. So 2 lots of milk, haven't you? You've just been pickling because something is still hurting you. Yeah, something's hurting. But you're being very brave. Her top 2 teeth have now fully popped through, so I think that was what was going on last night. And although Elise was having a difficult time of things, the staff at Accessorize were lovely. They were so nice to both of us. I ended up in tears because I just got very overwhelmed. It's been a difficult couple of weeks, particularly as Dan's been out most of last week till late doing a show. So it's been very full on for me. And I found it difficult, and I've had a stressful hospital appointment and all sorts of things, and it just got a bit much. I ended up in tears. But they were all lovely, and the other bloggers were lovely, and everyone just made it so much easier for me. I feel like all too often people sort of judge when a baby's crying and they tut, or they suggest, oh, you need to feed them, or whatever basic stuff that clearly a mother's gonna know. But I didn't get any of that. They were all so lovely. I was really apologetic for bringing her, and they were all like, don't worry about it, it's fine, she's lovely, we can see she's in pain, it's nothing, don't worry, which made a big difference and makes it easier to sort of next time I want to go out and do something, it will make it easier to do that, because I won't have had people making life more difficult. So massive thank you to the staff at Accessorize and Ting and the other Birmingham bloggers. It was, what we were able to join in with was wonderful. It's a shame Elise was struggling, but that's life. I did a little bit of filming on my phone, but my focus was mainly making sure Elise was okay. So we're going to go back at some point in the near future to see all of the new things that are in for winter, which is very exciting. We just need to kind of think about a date and do that, and I will take you along so that you can see everything. Just sort of going past, they've got so many amazing looking things. Lovely hats, lovely bags. I wish I'd had a chance to look at them, but we'll do it in a week or so's time. In terms of my chair, I've discovered that I always flip my cushion up because it's got gel in it on this bit, and if the cats sit on it they could pop it with their claws. So I always flip that up, and I found that I can put a muslin over the rest of the bits that are visible, and then I can't see the patterns, which is going to make my life easier, and also means I don't have to have the backrest covered. I don't know how much that would have been, but I imagine it wouldn't be cheap. Something else I've noticed in terms of the backrest is that when I'm sitting, I'm actually further forward. So the canvas came back here, so there's that extra bit there. So my hands are now further forward on the wheels, which has made manoeuvring more difficult. It's also meant that when I'm sitting down, my legs come further off the cushion, and it means the placement of the foot plate is potentially different. This is further forward than it would be if it was on the bar, but I think turning it round is actually going to help the fact that I'm now sitting slightly further forward. So I'm wondering whether when we go for our review in a week and a couple of days time, no, just a week, next Thursday, whether we can move the wheels forward to make it more easy to manoeuvre, since my centre of gravity is different now and slightly further forward. We shall see. Yesterday was already so much more comfortable just having the more contoured backrest, and also my feet in a much better position, so I didn't have my feet wobbling all over the place. I'm desperate for us to get to baby time today, because we didn't go last week because I had a hospital appointment. The week before we were in the worst part of our colds, and particularly as there's a little boy with a heart condition, I didn't want to go and him potentially catch it, but I think we're out of the contagious stage now. So I'm really hoping that we can actually get there. We've got about an hour before I need to leave, so I'm going to chill out for a bit, have something to eat, and then we'll head off to baby time. We've had a lovely time at baby time. I'm so glad we made it because I collapsed this morning. That sounds more dramatic than it probably was. It was a POTS issue, my heart rate went a bit funny and my body just pushed me down. So it wasn't anything serious. We are both rather exhausted, so we're going to head home. I'm hoping that Dan will be home fairly soon. And my plan when we get in is to not do very much other than try and get the vlog edited and up